What's up, VeeFriends? How's everybody doing today? I'm in a pretty decent mood. I'm going to take these out. They're not on anyone. I figure I could hear better. Um, I wanted to talk to everybody about brand. I know that is an important concept that we talk about a lot, but I wanted to talk about it as it relates to, well, maybe a couple things. But number one, VF2s. And this is my collection of VF2s, if you can see them. And if you can see, number one, I have a whole bunch of them. And number two, I have focused predominantly around some of the rarer scenes, right? Over here, we have three cynicisms. Here is the Honey Empire Castle. I believe that there are only 16 of those. Here are three underrated underworlds. That is the Icy Ice Cave. That is Rainbow Planet, of which there are 30. Um, and then I also have whatever you could see the other ones that I have there. Now, why is it that I focused on number one VF2s, probably more than VF1s, definitely, and also specifically ones with rare scenes? And the answer is that um, the answer is brand. I am really interested in all of the different pieces of IP and how they come up in different places. And so, number one, with a VF2 as opposed to VF1, you get two brands as opposed to one. A VF1, you'll have the Flex and Fox, you'll have the Mojo Mouse, you'll have the very, 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 very lucky Black Cat, you'll have the Gift Goat. But in VF2 land, you will have that same character and then associated to a place. And one of the interesting things about scenes as opposed to characters or individuals is that every scene will relate to many different characters, right? Any scene, if it's going to be something that's going to be used in some kind of story somewhere, it is going to be used by various places, by various, characters that would come to it. So, the likelihood of those brands getting built and having importance rises. Now, if we want to talk about why I went specifically for the rare scenes, there's a couple things to know about the various scenes, both the original ones and now with these scene swaps. Number one, um, I put the original groups, and I'm not talking about the kind of cool scenes, like scenes. I mean background, like the clean, the hammerhead that's just got the clean white background, or some of the glitch NFTs, or green is green. Those are a different kind of thing. They also have a brand, but they're not really scenes. They're more backgrounds. The super stickers obviously is also a background, not a scene, but that's a different thing. I'll get there in a second, maybe. But I, in general, break up the scenes into three categories. There are the six, or maybe four categories, but I'll really go with three. There are the six that are very rare. Those are the Icy Ice Cave, the underrated Underworld, the Rainbow Planet, the Cynicism, the Honey Empire Castle, and the Hologram House. The Hologram House is the only one that I don't have. There are 10 of them. So there are those six. Those are the rare ones. Then there are the two semi-rare ones, which are the competitive cave. Competitive. No, excuse me. They are the passionate pitch and the wine cellar. Now, interesting, those, there are, I think, 400 or 500 of each of those, and we've already seen, and this is going to lead to something, we've already seen, not this past summer, but the summer before, that the wine cellar gave people access to a wine tasting event, which was a live event, but B, it was a live event that Gary was at. And that's important to think about when we think about what kind of access, what kind of utility could be given, and then how many people it could be given to. Giving out 400 potential accesses to an event at a store as large as Wine Library, considering that the vast majority of them will not have location access, and even though some will be lent, you're not going to get probably 400 people at the event, but if you did, maybe you could handle it anyway. That's something to think about as we think about what are the point of all of these backgrounds. And if I'm jumping around a lot, I apologize. This is just my own stream of consciousness off the dome. And then we have all of the other various scenes. And there are, I don't know, like 60 some odd scenes. Now, some of them relate to things that are immediately relevant to things in real life. For example, the courtside seats has already gotten people access to the Big Three tournament. Katie knows about that. And there's other various scenes like that, right? There's the 5-yard line, there is the competitive cage, there is the collector's corner, there's various things like that. And then there's all of the other scenes that, are potentially going to be places, ideas, concepts within VeeFriends land. What are they right now? We don't really know, but they are something. And interestingly, what we also see is that, and those, by the way, there's between like 900 to 1,100 of all of them. Now, as we've had various scene swaps, those numbers have obviously changed because those are the ones that people are going to most likely swap for something else. Nobody, I can't imagine, is going to scene swap a hologram house for really anything else. Fine. So the reason I focused on the 6 rare scenes is because we've already seen them being built out within the VeeFriends community, within the VeeFriends IP, and they're clearly very important. For example, for anybody who was at VCon last year, one of the breakout rooms was called Rainbow Planet. If you've listened to the podcast, Gary's podcast, I don't listen every day, but I listen a number of times. He's mentioned Honey Empire Castle as an idea. Within Burn Island, within the imagery of Burn Island, is the underrated underworld. In the background of Cynicism is Rainbow Planet, and within the background of Rainbow Planet is Cynicism. So these are clearly important IP ideas, content that the brand, that the organization is going to be building out. I think I'm going to stop the video for here, but if you have any other questions or if you have any questions, let me know.